Hello, and welcome to the Tinley Park Chamber of Commerce cable TV show. My name is Julie Carlson, and I'm delighted to be your host for this month's Chamber Spotlight. Let's get started by meeting my first guests, Chamber members Sarah Mazzulla and Melissa Potempa with Code Ninjas.
Hi, thanks, Julie.
Ladies, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So glad you're here with us. So why don't we get started by having you tell us about yourselves and your roles at Code Ninja.
So Code Ninjas is a new franchise opportunity here in the area, and I am the franchisee for 5 of the locations and investor, and primary investor.
And I am the area director, so I hire all of our staff within the centers and make sure that they're running efficiently and that the kids are getting the best experience they can have.
Great. So Melissa, what motivated you to go into this field?
My 11-year-old son is a big gamer and a big computer kid, not a big sports kid. And for the last few years, we've looked at different camp ideas and opportunities. And about a year ago, we were looking for different opportunities for the summer, and this happened to pop up on my radar. And so I started doing some investigating and kind of jumped in with both feet.
And what exactly is the background of the company? What was the reasoning behind Code Ninjas?
So David Graham, who's the creator of Code Ninjas, is a coder from the Valley for many, many years, and he was teaching adult classes. And one day he was watching his son's karate class, and people had been asking him, instead of doing adults, to do children, and he kind of meshed them both together and created this concept. So he created it based on what he was teaching adults, and then created the curriculum for the children.
And what is the age group for your clients?
Primarily it's ages 7 to 14. There are some aspects that we can do a little bit older, but for most part it's between the ages of 7 and 14.
Okay, so the younger group.
The younger group.
Yeah. And what exactly are some of the programs specifically that you offer?
So our core program, it's a drop-in program. Parents and guardians can drop their kids off 2 times a week for an hour each time, whenever their schedule allows. Each student starts at a white belt as far as difficulty goes, so we kind of introduce basic coding concepts, and then they advance all the way through the belt totem until they get to a black belt, where they will have their own published app in the App Store. And they do that program as part of the drop-in program. So those are for kids that are really, really invested and love video games and technology. And there's also a robotics portion in there that's built into all the belts. Additionally, we'll do Parents' Night Out, which is a time for parents to come and drop their kids off on a Friday night, go have a date, come back, pick them up. Not only will they have had fun, but they will have learned something. And then we'll also have summer camps, Minecraft, Roblox, all sorts of fun game building things, as well as a beginning JavaScript, Robo Pro, where they deal with robotics. And then whenever the kids are off school, we'll have camps as well. And then eventually an after-school program where kids can come and be bussed over from their school 5 days a week.
Very interesting. So you talked about the different belts and the levels. How do you track the students' progress?
So the students have about 20 activities within each belt. And our senseis, which are also known as our teachers, help guide the students through these activities. And then once they've completed these activities, they have a couple of robotics activities. And then at the very end, they're called Prove Yourself Challenges, where the students are given a task and they have to code their own game without any instructions. So just making sure that they took the concept and really just did what they needed to do and understood what was being done.
Yeah. Why would you say it's important for the kids at this age to learn coding skills?
Well, if you go back to even when I was in school, is when we started introducing computers to our education. So, which was many years ago. I remember doing basic coding on Apple computers when we were in 2nd grade. And through the years, it's kind of advanced, but now it's almost so simplistic where it's just moving bits and pieces and connecting them together like a puzzle. It's becoming much more prevalent in the workforce, whether you're going into the construction industry as a laborer, or you're going into coding for major corporations. You're still using computers and computer programming in some way, shape, or form to do whatever it is that you need to get completed. So for example, the machinery is all using coding to actually perform the work, where you're going to have to load it in there and tell it what to do. And then obviously, if you're coding major corporations, you're going to be using it on a daily basis.
Great. So you've got multiple locations. Can you talk a little bit about where those are and when you're planning to open your next one or your next couple of ones?
So our first location's it's technically Orland Hills, but it is a Tinley Park zip code. So we kind of had to cross that border a little bit just because of the size of them. They're about 3,000 square feet apiece to allow for enough kids and for a party room for other activities. That one's going to be open first at the beginning of August. We're actually going to be beginning our pre-construction or construction pre-sales in about the next week or so. So our founding families are going to have an opportunity to be the first in. Second would be our location in Oak Park, which would be opening approximately a month later. And then Homer Glen should start construction sometime in the next month or so.
Great.
So that's the three, and then 2 more next year in Frankfurt and New Lenox.
And approximately how many employees do you have working for you?
So each center will have a center director. You can think of them kind of as the orchestrator of the education, as well as an assistant director who's in the classroom overseeing all the different senseis, who are also our teachers, going with the ninja themed. So we'll have about 15 to 16, 17 staff at each center.
And the number of students at any one time in the class size, can you go into a little bit about that?
Sure. So with the drop-in model, at any given time, it's expected that you have about 20% of your students in the room. So with the size of our centers, we're able to accommodate a student base of around 150 students in our drop-in program.
Wow, that's a big crowd.
Yeah, we can hold about 60 per hour.
Will you be hosting any type of a grand opening celebration when you do open?
Yes.
Anything you want to share with our guests?
Yeah,
Time
so
and place, anything like that, or is it a little too soon?
well, right now it's tentatively slated for August 24th. We thought everyone goes back to school, have a stressful week. They can come have a party with us that Saturday from about 10 to 2. We'll have a big open house with various activities where the kids can come in and build their own video games, but we'll also have robotics, we'll have some snap circuits, and then we'll also have some coloring and some more hands-on type catapult, paper airplane type activities for the younger kids. And then we'll also just be educating parents and kids about what Code Ninjas is and, how your kid can have fun and learn here.
Well, it really sounds all very exciting. Ladies, we've got just about a minute left. Any final words you'd like to share with our guests before we part?
Well, we're looking obviously for part-time employees and anybody who's interested in gaming or computers. Feel free to come by on our grand opening or even beforehand. And our locations, and Sarah would be happy to talk with any of them, as well as any, obviously, children who are interested to come by and have a look at our grand opening. So we hope it's a new fun activity to bring to the south suburbs of Chicago.
It sure sounds like it. Really something new and different. To find out more about Code Ninjas, please contact the Chamber office at 708-532-5700 or simply visit our website at www.tinleychamber.org. Sarah and Melissa, I'd like to thank both of you for being our guests today. My next guest is Chamber member Lindsey Zerbian, coordinator at Moraine Valley's Southwest Education Center. Lindsey, thank you for being here and welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Why don't we go ahead and get started by having you tell us a little bit about yourself and even more about your business.
Absolutely. So, as you said, I'm the coordinator of Moraine Valley Southwest Education Center. We're located right here in Tinley Park off of 94th and 179th. or you can take LaGrange and 179th, and we're right there. So I oversee the day-to-day operations of the center, help students register, oversee student services and staffing. The Southwest Education Center was built in Tinley Park to really reach out to our Southwest sector students. So people comment all the time about how convenient it is to take classes so close to home. We were built in 2004, and we are a LEED Platinum certified building. So LEED stands for Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design. It's a really cool certification to receive, and Platinum is the highest level of that certification one can obtain. So we use all of the greenest technologies in the buildings, from the construction to the day-to-day maintenance of it. So we have a geothermal heating system that heats and cools the building and saves energy that way. If you come visit us, you'll see floor-to-ceiling windows that just lets in a ton of daylight, so that really minimizes electrical costs. So I'd recommend anyone to come visit the center. You can sign up for a tour on our website, or you can just pop on in. We'd be happy to show you around if you're interested what a LEED Platinum certified building looks like, or if you're interested in taking classes.
Sounds very interesting. Well, speaking of taking classes, why don't you tell us a little bit about the classes that you do offer at the Southwest campus?
Sure, yes. So we offer credit classes. The credit classes we offer are primarily general education courses. So those are courses that you need towards any associate or bachelor's degree program. So whether you're majoring in engineering or want to be a teacher, or anything down the line, you're going to need a certain core group of classes in English and science and math and social science and humanities and whatnot. So we offer all those general education classes at Tinley Park. So we have a lot of students that are planning on, after getting their associate's degree, to go on to get their bachelor's degree afterwards. We also offer some major courses, such as courses in criminal justice or computer information systems. So students can take courses towards their major, depending on what their major is, at Southwest Education Center as well. We have non-credit courses too. So those would be courses really that people just take for their own interest. So things like Tai Chi or yoga. We have conversational Italian, Spanish, basic computers. So just adults within our community that aren't looking to obtain any kind of educational credential or even necessarily move forward in the workplace. They just want to take it out of their own interest. We have those classes too. And then we have ESL, or English Second Language courses, for individuals in our community who speak English as their second language. Those are free classes where they can kind of learn how to speak and read and write English. And then finally, we have high school equivalency courses. So those are classes for students looking to obtain their high school equivalency or take the GED exam. And those are free classes as well.
Very much a broad range of classes. Thank you for explaining all of that. So with school kind of right around the corner already, what is the best way for students to go about registering for any of these classes?
Yes, so registration is currently underway. Fall classes start August 19th at the main campus in Palos Hills, and the Tinley Park Southwest Education Center classes start August 26th. So you'll want to get right on registering. You can go to our website and submit the admissions form. Is going to be your first step. Then you'll need to take a placement test so we can see where you place in reading, English, and math. Or you can submit qualifying ACT or SAT scores or previous college credit to forego the placement test. Then you'll do a new student orientation. So part of that's online, and then the second part's in person with an academic advisor who will help you select your courses. It's always recommended you apply for financial aid as well, because you never know what you might qualify for. But those would be the steps to register for classes if you're looking at pursuing a certificate or a degree. If you're looking at doing non-credit classes or ESL or high school equivalency courses, you can register over the phone or through our website. You don't have to go through all those steps, the placement test.
Great. And what's the benefit of someone starting at a community college as opposed to going away to a four-year college?
One of the greatest benefits that people often talk about is money, honestly. So many students are graduating with such a high degree of student loans. 96% of our students graduate without any student loan debt, which is amazing. So a class at Moraine Valley, if you took the same class at a state school, it would cost about 3 times as much. If you took the same class at a private school, it would cost 5 to 7 times as much. So it's the same class, like you still have to take those same general education courses. Why not take it, this at a fraction of the cost? I have instructors at the Southwest Education Center that also teach at like DePaul or other schools. They're teaching those same classes at the university. It's the same instructor, same curriculum, same syllabus, and it's like our students are just paying a fraction of the cost. So that is a huge plus. Also, it's a good place to kind of figure out what you want to do if you're not really sure yet, what you want to major in, what direction you want to go towards. We have amazing counselors, career counselors that can help you look at your different skills and abilities and interests and kind of help you narrow down your career fields. And so, you could take your gen eds at Moraine Valley and kind of figure out what direction you want to go towards. The average college student changes their major 4 times, so it's really common that people, especially our young, traditionally aged students, aren't really sure what they want to go towards yet. So Moraines are a good place to kind of figure that out.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, and we also offer small class sizes. If you start out at a large university, you might be in a lecture hall with 100, 200 students, and it's the TA teaching you, not even the professor, and it's a grad student, and no one's really going to know your name. But at Moraine, at the Southwest Education Center, our average class size is about 15 students. So you have that really like one-on-one attention with the instructor, really intimate classes where you can get really good discussions going and get to know each other.
Oh, so much to offer right here in our own community, local. Speaking of community, are there any community events that are going on or coming up that you'd like to share with our guests?
Community events at the Southwest Education Center. We do ongoing tours and whatnot. Moraine, our Payless Hills location, has a plethora of events. We have many events at our main campus, so you'd want to check out our website to see what's going on there.
Now, Lindsey, tell us, what do you like most about working at Moraine Valley Southwest Campus?
The students, of course, would be my main reason for going into higher education. It's really gratifying meeting a student, their first semester, they're nervous, they're not sure what they want to do, helping them through, each semester, seeing them kind of grow as people and become more confident and gain that direction, and then walk across the stage at graduation is a really cool thing to see. And I work with really smart professors and instructors who I'll just chat with during the day and learn random facts and bits of information because they're really smart, interesting people. And I enjoy working with the instructors too.
Great. Well, so much wonderful information. Folks, if anybody is interested in looking into community colleges, we've got one right in our own community. If you'd like more information about Moraine Valley's Southwest Education Center, please call the Chamber office, 532-5700. I'd like to thank Lindsey for being our guest of the show. Wish you all the best of luck in the upcoming semester. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
My next guest is Chamber member Lynette De Rose, Managing Director with Supporting Strategies. Lynette, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Why don't we get started by having you tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about your business.
Well, thanks. I've lived in the area for about 23 years. My husband and I have 3 teenage boys, 19, 17, and 14. And we own a Supporting Strategies franchise for the Chicago Southland region. So we offer outsourced bookkeeping and back office support services to our clients.
And how long have you been in the accounting and bookkeeping business?
Well, for almost 25 years, actually. I started out working downtown for a technology solutions provider, and then I moved into working for a commercial real estate property manager for the last 18 years. And then about 7 years ago, I added my own accounting practice to the mix.
Okay. Can you talk a little bit about some of the benefits for getting into a franchise of Supporting Strategies?
Sure. A Supporting Strategies franchise allows me a strong, proven methodology for servicing my clients, but also a scalable business that helps me grow. And it's a great opportunity because of the cloud-based technology to help me service my clients.
And why the term bookkeeping as opposed to accounting?
So it's kind of funny because the term accounting actually has some regulations around using it, and so we have to be careful with that. But then also we want to distinguish ourselves because we don't do audit or tax for our clients like CPAs do. We work with CPAs and we partner with CPAs because a lot of times they don't want to do the bookkeeping side of things, so we differentiate ourselves in that way.
And your clients are who? How do you find your clients?
So my clients come to me through a referral from another business service provider. So I do a lot of networking and relationship building with business service providers. And then when somebody's looking for a bookkeeper and they come to me from a referral source that they trust, that's a great lead for me, because if somebody already trusts that person, they hand it off to me, and then it's my job to build a trust with them so that I can be a trusted provider, service provider for
and
them.
kind of keep that continuum going.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And so who are your ideal clients?
So an ideal client for me is a growing business with 1 to 100 employees and maybe $500,000 to $20 million in annual revenues. We don't really distinguish between an industry. Like we would do professional services, law firms, architects will help doctors and dentists, chiropractors. Nonprofits is a good one for us, retail, restaurants. We can do a lot of different things.
Great. And some of the benefits of hiring supporting strategies for businesses, what might those be?
So hiring supporting strategies over the traditional bookkeeper is, we have a great model because a traditional bookkeeper may be a standalone independent contractor or an in-house employee, and they're one person with a limited skill set. When you hire supporting strategies, you're hiring a team of professionals that has around 10 years experience, and also I have a large network of professionals, peers, to rely on as well. We use cloud-based technology to service our clients, and we harness that technology to streamline the processes and make them more efficient. And all of our technology is protected by two-factor authentication and encrypted file storage.
And would you be able to tell our guests just a little bit more specific, some of the services that you offer?
Sure. So we talk about our services in 5 distinct buckets. Accounts payable will help you get your bills paid. Accounts receivable, we will invoice your clients and help you collect that. We'll do payroll administration with a service provider you already have in place. Month-end bookkeeping will reconcile your bank and credit card statements and all your balance sheet accounts. And then financial reporting, we prepare audit-ready financial statements for our clients every month, a balance sheet and an income statement, and we help them understand those statements as well.
Great. What a nice variety of services. Lynette, can you talk a little bit about some of the common issues that clients might have and how you are able to help them solve those issues?
Sure. So I hear from business owners all the time that they are not getting the information they need from the most basic day-to-day transactional bookkeeping services, or maybe they don't have enough visibility into their financial statements. Maybe they have loan covenants that require timely reporting and they're not able to get those on a timely fashion, or their current bookkeeping situation has turned over a couple of times for whatever reason. These just wreak havoc with their business, and these are problems that I can solve for my clients.
Interesting. Can you tell me a little bit about the hiring model that you have at Supporting Strategies?
Yes, I love talking about Supporting Strategies hiring model actually. We recruit what we like to call MBA moms. So these are stay-at-home moms with advanced business or accounting degrees who still want to work, and we can offer them a part-time flexible schedule and the ability to work from home, and it really is a win-win for both of us.
Great. Do you have a recent success story that you'd like to share with everyone?
Yeah, I do actually have a couple of them. I love helping solve problems for business owners. A recent example is I was working with someone who had been trying to keep track of everything on an Excel spreadsheet, and it was just not working. So I helped him get onto QuickBooks Online. We got everything reconciled and up to date, And we have saved him so much time and money and headaches just from getting that into place. And then another one, a recent client had 2 bad bookkeepers in a row where things just didn't work out, and it was so overwhelming for them because they didn't know where to start. So we stepped in, got things caught up and reconciled and working again, and now we're able to provide them real-time data that they need to make business decisions to grow their business.
Well, kudos to you. That's great. Lynette, we've just got a little bit of time left. Any concluding message you'd like to share with our viewers today?
Well, I'd just like to say that I talk to business owners all the time who are trying to juggle finding new clients and running their business and doing their books, and they're just overwhelmed by all of it, and they're going to burn out so quickly. And my advice to them is you can't do it all. And if you give the bookkeeping to me, you can get back to focusing on what you're passionate about, the reason that you started your business in the first place. And that's what I love doing, is helping small business owners get the information they need to make the decisions that help grow their businesses. And it's what I love to do.
Well, super. Really appreciate you being here. And folks, I'd like to just remind you that if you'd like to contact Lynette or any of our guests from today's show, you're welcome to visit our website at www.tinleychamber.org, or you can simply call our phone number 708-532-5700.